Shot session. Shot session.
Before you got into it, was she already privy? And
she was.
Okay.
She was. So I'm really grateful for that individual who talked to my mom and said, hey, listen, you just bought this house. I know you're by yourself. That's one income. I know you have children. I would really recommend at least having coverage to cover the mortgage, right? Because at that point now, mortgage is paid. And it gives us time to figure out, you know, does our guardian live in that house with us? Do we sell it? Do we, you know what I mean? There's just more options as opposed to my mom just spent all of her life savings and every mortgage payment up until, Lord forbid, when she passed.
Right.
And now all of that's for nothing. Where's the generational wealth? Right? And I could tell you from now, being able to have that, it really helped me and my sister really just take time, because if you've ever been a caregiver, that's taxing, but you're doing it.
Right.
So you're on the go. It's on autopilot. There's no rest. And that's still taking care of our spouses, our children, me, for me, my business, my sister at work. So when everything's said and done, I needed that time to cry, like really cry. I needed that time to be with my husband, because he just lost my mother, right? Like they were very close. My children just lost their grandmother, and really their only grandmother, because my husband's mother passed away 2 years prior. And that was an opposite experience because she waited too late to get life insurance. So we ended up having to pay for her coverage, and I can tell you in New York, it's not cheap because that's where she lived, right? So I lived two very different experiences. One where we ended up coming out of pocket to pay a lot of it because there wasn't sufficient coverage. We had to travel to New York.
Right.
We had to stay in New York, right? Like there was all these things. And then one where there was sufficient coverage and it allowed us to just have the peace to grieve and not think about it. And have more time to think.
Right.
You know, I've known people who've had to go back to work 2 weeks after a child passes, and I'm like, no way. Like, no way in my mind could I even function at that capacity. Right. That, you know, but you have to do what you gotta do.
Soldier on in this thing called life.
Exactly, because I can't call PNC and say, hey, my mom just passed away, I really need time off. And I say, sorry to hear about that.
But
still doing the first, right? T-Mobile says, okay, well, maybe, or you don't have cell service, right?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, you still gotta get those bills paid.
Yeah, and so that's like one piece of it, right? That to me is your risk management, meaning you are your most important asset to your family, and vice versa, right? It's for everybody. It's for the stay-at-home mom, because she plays a vital role in keeping things going. I mean, you got a basketball team, so you know.
This house don't run by itself.
Exactly, right? It's for the single mom, the single dad, the married couple. I mean, there's not one person I'm going to say this is not for you. You could be a millionaire and I would still say the same thing. Right? It's allowing your family, your loved one to have options, resources, time, and the ability to do other things, right? It's not that I feel I'm profiting off of someone's death, but if that's the legacy, right? Like we always joke about, man, I wish I had that rich uncle that passed away and left me their inheritance, right? It's no different, right? It's could you leave your children or your loved one in a better place than when you left? That's my goal, right? That's my goal, is to say that my children will be better off whether I'm here or not. And I pray that they do the same for my grandchildren. And that's that generational wealth that gets created when we start looking at finances a little different than just like I go to work to pay my bill, and then I'll put savings for emergency. Like all of that is equally important, but life insurance has so many different components, and it's really a person's goal, right? It's what do you see value in, and then how can we apply this solution to your life? And risk management for me is key. It's key. There's no one could convince me that you don't need it. Like nobody, especially living through it, because now you're talking about I have my own house, I'm married, I have my own career, my kid, I have my own kids, and my mom's, that was her gift of love to me, because till the day she died, she worried about me and my sister and wanted to make sure that we were okay.
She was well aware of what's gonna happen, and
Yeah.
she already knew
And
to
she's-
get you guys settled.
Absolutely, you know, and so how do I honor that? By making sure that I do that within my own family, and then also others that I meet, like, you know, like
Right.
y'all, you know.
And educating. So like you was talking, and God bless your mothers. That's
Thank
a
you.
beautiful thing that
Yeah,
your mother
she's
even
on. I
looked
miss
out,
her, man.
You
Like,
know, man, I could imagine.
I wish I could have just done a podcast on her, because she's just too fabulous
She
for
could have
me.
just had the whole show going.
Yeah, she, my mom was amazing. She is amazing.
Yes.
I know
And
she's
still with you,
she's
yeah.
still with me.
If we think about them, that's when they're around. You know,
Yeah.
the moment they start coming into our brain and stuff like that,
Oh,
that's them
yeah.
letting you know, like, I'm still here.
Yeah,
Right?
doing one of these times. You know, if you see my hair moving in the camera, right, that's her.
Oh man, my grandma would tell us, she'd be like, cuando me voy, te voy a agarrar your back. We'd be having scratches and stuff.
Right, like, what?
Hey, what's going on?
No,
man? We
wait.
could give you a hug
Right,
or something.
gotta be
you
a
know what I mean?
scratch. That's violent.
For real.
That's violent.
But I'll take it whichever way you want to
Thank
give it
you.
to me.
Right.
All right, it's a little cruel, but she was like that. She was like, I'm gonna scare you. I'm gonna come
It's
call
the
you.
Puerto
name."
Rican
You
grandma,
know what I mean?
man. My mom was Guatemalan, so she was a little bit more, you know what I mean? But she still had that little flag, you know, Latina, you know?
Yeah, all day.
Yeah.
No, you was mentioning like the different types of insurance and stuff like that. I like I said, we're gonna play it like I'm the lawyer.
Yeah.
Right? So the term and permanent, and I understand there's a lot of other ones.
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. If I'm not misspeaking.
No, you're really spot on. So when you look at life insurance as solutions, there are different types, right? And if you think about it like as umbrellas, so there's term, right? And then there's types in there, and then there's permanent, and then there's different types of there, and they all have different functions.
Shot session.